I guess I wasn't heard in the 44 minutes I was talking. I'm just gonna start right here. This is the new premium for Russia, and I've just put this on my wish list because of the it's at 9.0, and it has a lot of cool toys. You know, so it has the Grom, has the Mavericks, Grom B, which is I think this actually yeah this has the burner on it, and then this is just the manual guided Grom, which is the shitty one. It has Fab 100s, which are the very small bombs. It has these things, which are I guess pretty cool missiles, I guess, but they're kind of shitty. And you have these right here, which are better but slower. Then you have glide bombs at nine. This is at 9.0, so I guess this is pretty modern for what it is, as far as weaponry. Um, so when I started the stream, I started at America, then I went to here, and I was just gonna run through everything and try to explain what I was gonna do. I'm gonna do some testing with the keybinds and the radar controls. Just make sure y'all hear me. I don't know what happened. Um, so when I first started, I was just saying this being an American player, this is the most disappointing part of this update is America. Second is France and Italy, but America first. Um, so I pretty much just went down and I was trying to figure out, you know, for one, the AGM 122 is only on the top tier AV8, but I think it should be on the A6 tram because A6 tram is a premium, but it's not in the tech tree. So I feel like they should have gave it something new, right? If they want to put the F14D in the game and then give the F14B 9Ms, why not give the A6E tram new missiles like the AGM 122 if it could take it? And I was pretty much saying like my whole thought is kind of jumping to conclusions. My whole thought process as to why I can take it is because this AV8 is 13.0. It's a more modernized version of the AV8. It's a more modern, upgraded version of the AV8. And the AGM 122 is the body of it is an older missile. So you would think it would take either the same pylons or some type of modified pylons to actually receive it. Um, and this is at 13.0, but it's an older missile. Like it's a really old missile. Like it's the body of it is old, and the whole concept of the AGM 122 is old. So you would think it would be on older vehicles first before it actually gets to the AV8B. So you would think it would be like, hey, yeah, it should probably be on the tram, or hey, yeah, it should probably be on the A7, or hey, yeah, it should probably be on the F8, but it's not. Another thing that I had a problem with for America is the older anti-radiation missiles like the Strike and the ARM. You don't see them on the Phantoms. You don't see them on I don't think the F-38. You don't see them anywhere. But one of the checkoffs that I said is an improvement um from this update is the cockpit, and you can see it in the stream if it popped up. They updated the cockpit a little bit. They updated it a little bit for the B-52, so that's a plus. So you can actually kind of bomb and actually know where you're bombing, kind of in the B-52. But at the same time, it doesn't have anything new. So you would think they could have added something new if they're adding new toys for most of these vehicles anyway. They could have added new toys other than dumb bombs for the B-52, but it's still a big slow. If you're going in matches, you're going to be unprotected because nobody is really going to truly do any type of like escorts for you. You know what I mean? Like it's not really what you think when you're So it's not really a good place for it. They don't have the mechanics in the game yet for it. But I did say what saved America this update is the addition of a lot of these new air to ground weapons because it fills the gap that America didn't have. America didn't have that ability to carry glide bombs that could be IR guided, and then they didn't have the anti radiation missiles for one. Nobody had them, but like stuff like the anti-ship missiles and stuff like that. Yeah, you had the harpoons, but those are not really the harpoons that we needed. So we got those after so long, right? Um, so there we go. But pretty much sums up what I said about America. Then I went to here and I was trying to figure out for the Confederacy 10 why there's nothing new for the Confederacy 10. If this is at 13.3, I'm just going to skip Sweden because there's nothing really important that I really said about Sweden. If the Confederacy 10 is at 13.3, why doesn't it get nothing new as far as like a new missile, some anti-radiation capabilities? If you have this Mirage right here, the Mirage 4000, the Mirage 2000D RMV has new stuff, has the new PGM 2000 laser guided. I think that's new. It has the new missile. Um, it has a new like anti-radiation missile. Um, but you have this at 13.0, this at 12.7, and this at 14.0 with new stuff, and they're Mirage, Mirage, Mirage. But then you go to these three F-16s, and they don't have any new bombs. This one doesn't even have dumb bombs, but you don't have any new bombs, any new That's weird, bro. Yeah, any new bombs, you don't have any new missiles, you don't have any type of other capability other than what they had before, and it's just very lackluster. Even this 13.7 F-16 doesn't have any seed capability. So my question is, why is it like this here, but then you jump to a different country, and then now you have a whole nother gap to fill as far as like having multi-role capability for this niche vehicle right here. 13.3, and you should, I was another thing that I mentioned is for this being 13.3 and being modern, there's got to be something missing that they're not adding to this Confederacy 10. Rather that be pylons for extra missiles, right? Because I'm pretty sure this thing could carry more than four missiles. I'm pretty sure for it being this modern, it can carry um pylons for like two extra missiles on each wing or something like that. But it doesn't have that because of Warthunder. So this is at 13.3 with nothing new. Then you have these three vehicles: Mirage 4000, Mirage 2000, Mirage 2000 with new stuff. All at a lower tier or high and higher tier with new stuff at the same or at in that BR range. But you have right here these F-16s with no seed capability or no air to ground capability, which is weird. This F-16 still doesn't have any other air to ground capability other than this crappy laser guided missile that barely even has any distance or range. That's just ridiculous to me. And for this to be in for France, the Rafale doesn't have any seed missiles. Hell, I mean the Rafale doesn't even have any anti-ship missiles other than the hammer. And this is the naval one. It's weird. It's just they're just leaving gaps that need to be filled. And I'm not even talking about the texture. I'm literally talking about gameplay mechanics. I'm literally talking about how the game actually feels when you're jumping into a game and you need somebody to do seed, or you need somebody to do um um anti-ship to actually clear the way, or you need somebody to do CAS, or you need you and you don't have that capability because hey, I can't help you with doing long range BVR because I'm in the F-16A, bro. I don't have radar missiles. I can't help you. Or hey, I'm in the F-16A. I can't help you do seed. I only have IR missiles on this F-16. I can't help you do this and that. I can't help you multi roll. The most I can do is merge. Same thing applies to every little niche and nuanced plane or vehicle in the game. You can't do certain shit, or excuse me, certain stuff, so you can't actually utilize or like have any kind of multi-role capability beyond the stuff that Warthunder thinks you should have for the sake of balancing purposes. And that to me is ridiculous. Because this Mirage RMV, sure, it's a heavy ground attack vehicle. But whenever there's nobody to cover him the way you should cover him in a ground RB match or in a sim match, what is he supposed to do? Just die once he gets there? So it's just ridiculous. And vice versa. You know, it's just vice versa. If I need to get somewhere or I need to, to maneuver somewhere and I don't have anybody um to actually do air to ground because nobody has the Mirage RMV or nobody is, wants to play the Mirage RMV because of whatever, then what am I supposed to do? Now I got to worry about the ground targets, AAA, SAMs, all this type of stuff because of of why, you know. So it's just ridiculous, because you don't have the right stuff. Like I don't have bombs on this F-16, which is ridiculous. I don't understand why they don't give it bombs. But I'm just gonna move on. Italy didn't get anything. I was talking about Pakistan whenever my mic messed up. Um, the JF-17. So JF-17, it got some really cool missiles. Really happy. This is where it gets good. It starts getting good now, as far as like my rant. So the LD-10 is just like the SD-10. I'm assuming it has the same flight models and flight characteristics as the SD-10, so it lofts the same. It has the same acceleration, yada yada yada. This is a fully built from the ground up anti-radiation missile. So what I was thinking is, I could take maybe, I don't know, two of the LD-10s, two of these, or maybe one of these, or whatever, and then some same band. So it really just comes down to what you prefer as far as the missile goes. Like which like if you like maybe one of these missiles perform better at low altitudes. Maybe one of the missiles perform better. Maybe they have a longer burn time. Who knows? Who knows? Um. What else? What else? That's it for this country. This country, for me, I don't have anything but the F5. It didn't get anything new. I already checked it. I would check the F2, but I don't really care. But I'll just check it because I'm on stream now. Don't think I got anything new. No, I don't think so. Hmm. Okay, Britain. Now I don't play Britain Air, but I kind of want to, and I'm gonna show you why. I want to play Britain Air because for one, the Buccaneer. I have this. I thought I had it in my no. I have this one in my wish list. Yeah, so this one is in my wish list. I want this Buccaneer because it has the Sea Eagle for one. Then it has the AJ-168, which is a really cool missile, and has rockets, some decent rockets, has a decent bombing load. So that's mainly why I want that Buccaneer. I also want the Hawk because the Swiss used the Hawk. Um, Now I want a tornado. I think I wanted this tornado. I think what tornado did I want? I think it was no. I wanted one of these tornadoes. It was this one. Why did I want this tornado? PGM. PGM and Sea Eagle. I don't know why I wanted this tornado specifically, but it has the PGM and the Sea Eagle, so that's good enough for me. So PGM and Sea Eagle, but I'm pretty sure this late has the alarm. If I'm not mistaken. No, it doesn't. So guess if this one has the alarm. No, wait, what? What? This one. Yes, yes, it has the alarm. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. Gonna have to. It has the brimstones too, which are, I guess they're good. But if I get this, it'll literally be just for the alarm. And I don't understand why this has two different like why do you need this many flares in this thing exactly? Like you have these, it's just 480 flares and chaff. And then you can get Bill Well on top of that. So these are the wing ones. I'm pretty sure you can take the wing flares for 488. It's a lot. Then you can take the BOL ones. That's insane, bro. But it's cool. So the alarm is interesting because it lofts up. So once it lofts up, if the radar turns off, then what it will do is it has like a two-stage booster on it. So it can loft up, and once it gets kind of above the target, it will go top down, kind of like in the dead zone of the radar. And once it goes top down and it turns on the radar, um, they it's once it goes top down, it'll deploy a parachute, and then once it deploys that parachute, if the radar turns back on, I'm pretty sure it will detach that parachute and go full burner again, straight to the SAM, which is really really cool. With that being said, these missiles have to loft a lot. So imagine already being at like 30,000 feet in the air, and then you're doing seed at 30,000 feet with these things. That's gonna be kind of ridiculous, but um, it'd be cool, bro. It would be cool. I mean, again, you probably wouldn't be doing seed at 30,000 feet unless the map is absolutely enormous. But I don't know. It's very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my wish list just because of that reason. But beyond that, I don't have anything for this nation, so it's gonna move on. Um, so I'm gonna go straight to Germany. Obviously, it says Switzerland. There's nothing new for the F-18 for me. Nothing new for the Mirage. Nothing new for the Hunter. I don't think. I'm just gonna say no and then be surprised later if they do, because I like surprises with my Swiss stuff. But the tornado. This tornado again was a little depressing, just simply because it doesn't have anything new. You would think, or I would have thought that, hey, this thing is going to get new anti-radiation missiles or new anti-ship missiles, but it doesn't. And again, this is one of these vehicles that I'm going to have to research later and actually see, just like the Kafir, I'm going to research it and actually see what all it could carry. Because I know there's no way that this tornado can only carry or only carried just these missiles. It had to carry something else as like a test bed or something, because this right here, they're good missiles. They're pretty good missiles. They're decent, but it's just not what. It's just not enough. It's not enough. But they're good. They're just not enough. And I won't. I would like something a little bit more multi-role. Like honestly, I'll be happy with a Maverick. Honestly, like give this thing Mavericks or something like that, or some type of just missile that can hit ground targets, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy. But doesn't have it. Probably won't ever get anything. But again, I'm gonna look it up before the stream is over. Hopefully, if I remember, and actually see what the Confederacy 10 could carry in real life, and what the Tornado IDS Marine Flieger could carry. Going to Russia now, which is a little bit more exciting. We have the SU-33, but you could probably guess there's nothing new on the SU-33, which is kind of crappy. It's kind of crappy. But good news is there's stuff there's new stuff for or there's nothing new for the MiG 25 either. But there's new stuff for the SU-39, which is kind of fun. It's a little fun, not completely. And there's new stuff for the SU-22, I think. Let's double check. There's nothing new been for the SU-22 in a while. So let's see. Um, oh dang, I guess not. So in the dev server, they had new stuff for it, but I guess they took it out. So they took out the new missiles like anti-radiation missiles. Took that out for the SU-22, which is a bummer. I don't think they needed to do that, but they did. So the only thing new for me for Russia is the SU-39. And obviously I got everything for free because it's a premium. So that's why I said it's exciting. Um so we can actually make a loadout and everything. And I'm not gonna do anything crazy right now, like, but I'm gonna ease into it and kind of like, figure it out. So, but we have a lot of new toys. Um, for from to my knowledge, I should say, you gotta choose specific ones. Obviously, you can see we only take two, but we gotta choose specific ones to take for a certain radar set. So for this radar set, it's only I band, um, which I'm pretty sure I band is. I'll have to double check. Let me double check right quick. Let me see. Let me just yeah. So I band, which is aircraft radar, but I guess there are some SAMs that have aircraft radars. So if we go down to this one right here, this is the KH-31P L111, and you can see it's a pretty fast missile. It has a decent guidance time. Hexel explosive type with an HE warhead, and I band, 75 miles of lock range or launch range and 62 miles of lock range. So maximum range of this thing, if you can get it to the distance, is 75, but it can only lock at 62. So um yeah, you can't really dispute it pretty much. So pretty much the max what I'm getting out of that is the max range, the launch range is anything 60 miles or closer. That's just to be safe. But it's an I band, so it can only attract one type of radar set. So for this, I'm pretty sure technically, you could just shoot this missile a um at a plane if you had to, like in a head-on or something. You could just shoot this at a jet that's trying to harass you or something like that. And if it doesn't maneuver, it just doesn't maneuver. And that goes for both the missile and the jet. So if the missile doesn't maneuver to the jet and do its thing to kill it and hit target, it's just a missile in the air and it's just something to get off your wings. But if the plane that you're shooting at doesn't move, I guess he's just going to get smacked. So that's just that. So I guess that's what we can use these for. Then you got the L1 or the L112s, KH-31P L112. This one has three bands. This one is D, E, and F. Um, not too sure. I'm pretty sure you can actually look at it and tell which exactly they go for. Um, but yeah, this one is D E and F, and this one is G and H. So for these, they're not like all around, you know, great missiles because it just simply because you have to be mission specific, which is probably not a concern whenever you're thinking about it in real life. Like in real life, you're probably gonna go on a mission to where you kind of have an idea of, especially like Russian doctrine, you kind of have an idea of what you're about to target if you're carrying anti-radiation missiles. You're like, okay, and we need you to go take out this radar right here, and it has this band, so you're going to use this specific missile for it. That's probably like more or less how that type of thing is handled. And then continuing on the KH-31s, you have the active radar homing anti-ship missile, and this one you can see right here the launch range is 75. So this thing has the ability to get to 75 miles, but the lock range is only 9 miles. So because these are um anti-ship missiles, you can launch these things at like 70 miles, right? But you have to keep lock, or at least you have to, monitor the missile, make sure it hits its target up until 9 miles, um, before you can actually turn off and do whatever. So that's just if you want to check BDA. If you just want to launch these things at 70 miles and then say whatever to hell with it, then you can do that too, because these things will get off the rail. But these right here are I band too. So yeah, but these are I band as well. But these are not seeking like radar. This is you're just giving it guidance. So going back up, you have the KH-25 MPU. So this one is a new one to me, but you can see that it has a multitude um of bands that you could launch from, or that you can launch at. But the range, if I can double check really quick. Yes. The range as far as the launch range is lower. So it has 62 miles of lock range. So this thing can lock at 62 miles. Let me check really quick. Yeah, lock at 62 miles. But the launch is at 25 miles. So again, this will have to come with some testing. So at 25 miles and in, you have good parameters to shoot the target. But if you shoot 60 miles, you probably, I guess, the guidance and the between the guidance is going to kind of get shot, or the you're probably going to give your that missile more time to be intercepted, and the radar to be turning off, and all kind of stuff like that. A lot of failures can happen in that in that 60-mile launch versus launching at 25 miles. um but maybe that's just the parameters. Who knows? Again, we got to do some testing, but the max speed is Mach 3. Max speed on this is Mach 3.5. I didn't mention that. And I think that's the same for this. Yes. So these are fast. These are not slow anti-ship missiles. These are fast anti-ship missiles. And yeah, that's actually really really good as far as not being able to be intercepted, because that's a mechanic they're trying to add. But yeah, KH-25 MPU has a lot more bands, but it has less range and usability for the overall like system and everything. So here's the KH-58s right here. KH-58s, we have these are, I guess these are going to be similar to the KH-31s as far as like bands goes, because this one is the I band as well. and it's the I band only, and you can see that it only has 62 miles of lock and then 75 miles of launch. But these things are going way faster, and they have a lot more missile guidance time um, to get to the target. So these are probably a little bit better if I had to guess. But again, you have to be more specific on what you want to target, and you only have two of these things. So it really just all depends, and you can see it right here. This is the DE band for the KH-58U. This is the FGH bands for the KH-58UB. No, okay, yeah, this is the B, this is the C, this is the A, and this right here for the A, this is just the I band. And these, like I said, these things are going Mach 4.5, so they're pretty much on the same line as a regular radar missile, air-to-air radar missile, but they're just way bigger. So it kind of makes me wonder how they would do shooting at actual targets, like aerial targets. So we're gonna try all of these stuff, all of these new toys out. Um, I like I said, I just wish most of this, these things actually had, newer editions like the SU-33. They could have gave it something new. They didn't give it anything new. Um, they could have gave America the older strike missiles and the arm missile, and they could have gave a lot of the older slash newer, like Cold War and more modern and Cold War uh, planes, jets. They could have gave it the AGM 122. There's certain stuff they could have did. For they could have gave the B-52 something new, like some kind of glide bomb or GPS bomb or some kind of new avionics system or something. They could have did something. Um, could have gave my precious Tornado IDS. Could have gave it something. I'm pretty sure could have did something with the Kafir. Could have did something with the F-16 AOCU, especially if there's already a Belgian F-16 in the game. Actually, there's three. No, two. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, look at this one. This one has 9Ls and 9Ms. Glide bomb or uh, what are these? Snake eyes, uh, retarded bombs. It has GBU 8s. It has GBU 1s. Has napalm. It has rockets. It has GBU 38s. Um, it has Mavericks, and it has 180 flares. Why doesn't this F-16 have it? Oh, it's a free. It's gonna be overpowered, and everybody's gonna play it, bro. Everybody needs to play something like that, especially for France. Like, it's just ridiculous. Sweden, whatever. I don't know. But I got some new stuff to play around with. I'm happy. Um, I don't know if I went through like I said, this is one of my favorite jets right here, the Super Hornet. So, they actually gave it the right stuff now after all these years of it being out. Harpoons, I don't know why these harpoons didn't come out whenever they released the first ones. These. Whenever they released these, why didn't they release these right here? We already had anti-ship missiles in the game. We've had them in the game for the longest now. This right here is just supposed to be kind of like a more like a lower observable. I think this thing has a penetrator in it, but it's supposed to be low observable on radar and visually or whatever. But it's supposed to be kind of stealthy bomb. Don't know why they added it, took it out last update, and then now they're just adding it back again. Don't know why. This thing is supposed to be, supposed to go really far. and it's supposed to do some crazy maneuvers as far as like if it misses the target, it in real life it supposedly tries to turn back around and get the target and reacquire the target. Supposedly, I don't know, but that's just what it said it's supposed to do. And finally, we get the AGM 88 harm. Finally, finally. And these are gonna be pretty fun. So did all that ranting. Let's see what we can get into. We first off we have I think we have the new game mode. No, I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. I guess that just only came for the dev server. Imagine that. All right. Well, let's just go to. Excuse me. Let's just go to modifications. All right. So that's gonna be 500. That's gonna be 600. I think I'm just going to grind it. Um, I guess I'm just gonna grind for the anti-radiation missiles, and then. But I think what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be different for these different radars. No, I think I'm gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna grind. Well, hold on, let's see. Wait a minute, because I only have to buy like for two vehicles, like this and the Super Hornet. And I'm not really worried about any other vehicle. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna grind for this. We're gonna grind for this. I don't want to spend that much, and then we're gonna buy. I don't think I'm. Oh yeah, wait. I think I forgot to mention something here. So I think, yeah, that's what I forgot to mention. I was thinking for the Mirage F1 for it to be at 12.7, and this bracket right here, it would have something new like some type of anti-radiation missile, but it doesn't. It doesn't have anything new. You know, not even anti-radiation missile. So that's what I meant to say. But anyway, let's. I really don't want to play top tier, to be honest. But I guess we're gonna have to. But we're gonna try this stuff out first. So let me just go ahead and grab these anti-radiation missiles here and make a loadout. And we gotta grind for the harpoon and then the GBU 53s. And then again, and then we still gotta set up the control and the keybinds for the radars and stuff for the radar, and then also for the targeting. So we got the man in the loop system. Then you have the new GPS targeting for like so you can target different targets at one time now. And then we have to set up the new radar controls for the switching for the seed or for the anti-radiation mechanics. So you can pick up the radar. So we gotta switch. We gotta do that. Um, so let's actually build a loadout. And thought I already had one like situated here. Guess no. Oh, rocket seed. See, I had this set up. So the idea with behind this rocket seed setup was pretty much just mark a point where I see one, and then just kind of like CCIP the rockets in his general direction with obviously a jet and not a helicopter. That was the idea with that. So I keep that because it's a good kind of idea behind it. But let's go ahead and add our 9Ms. Let's go ahead and add our pod here. Where's our pod? We got a drop tank. Let's add a drop tank. Let's add our Delta AMRAMs here. AT Flare pod here. That's another thing. They have pods for some of the the planes as well for the seed. We have the AGM 88 here. But I don't want to add the AGM 88, do I? Well, maybe I do. Let's add the AGM 88 here. And what's here? Add another AGM 88. This is gonna be kind of a wonky loadout here, but we're doing it. And then we gotta test out the walleye because the walleye got the man in the loop system, and that's because this one is the data link walleye. It's nothing really like to it or anything, but it's supposed to be more advanced. So we gotta try that out. And I want to make two loadouts. This is gonna be my first seed loadout here. And then we're gonna make another one really quick. Let's do it without the 9Ms. And we're gonna take the take a Bravo. And we take this drop tank here. We'll take 40s right there. And we're gonna take another Bravo. No, we'll take two 9Ms right there. That looks good. And we'll just name this C2. All right, there you go. So I'll probably just use the ones with the C5. They both got 4. Oh gosh, let's make another one. Oh no, we can't. We can do. It's my dog fighting. Get rid of this one. Sam cover. Air patrol dog fight. Let's get rid of this one. And we're gonna create another one with 6. Deltas. There you go. All right. It's kind of weird because I wanted another to like make another one with just like What would I do? I would do. So I could do 2 here. So I could have 2, 4, 6. So I could have 6. Um, I could have 6. What am I trying to say? I could have 6 radar missiles, and I could have 4 anti-radiation missiles. I think I want to do that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do for this one. So, which one did I want? These are the Bravo. So I'll take the Bravo. 2 Bravos. Oh, I could have 3 here. That's -6. Let's just do what I said to do. I don't really like having weird loadouts anyway, to be honest. So yeah, this just like this, but I could change this out for nothing, I guess. And just have the sidelines here. Bomb. Okay. A little bit of a. I don't know. That's cool. That's a cool loadout. I like it. I like it. Yeah, these are cool loadouts. This one is kind of weird, but I guess it'll work. Um, nah. I like to maximize. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I can't. All right. All right. Well, that's our seed loadout here. Now we gotta get this right here. So let's test these things out here. We gotta go into a sim. And we gotta get our loadout. Let's go ahead and get our. Let's go ahead and get this loadout here. Just well, this one. And let's go. Well, let's change it to. I guess this is go to Eastern Europe, but yeah, fuck it. All right. So what we're looking for is, for one, we're trying to see how we can target using the HUD in the cockpit. That's the only thing we're trying to figure out right now. Is how we target using the HUD in the cockpit. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say that's the only thing. Using that, okay, and along with, can we target using the harms and the ground radar? Because there's 2 different types of radars that we can use. So I'm gonna switch to our harms, and it says the sight mode is in rocket right now. I just want to see. Where you pointing at here? I just want to see. So right there is where we need to get. All right, we need to get a little farther away. So I'm just gonna try to go for a dive away. Oh well, no. We can go for this guy over here. Go for this guy. And that thing is bigger now. That square is bigger. All right, let's see what we can see. He's right here. I can see him right there. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can see. Bomb. There you go. That's what I like to see right there. That's what I like to see. So it's that triangle is telling me that my I'm ready to fire. It's tracking. Once I launch it, there it goes. And you gotta remember, these are pretty fast missiles. The harms are not slow. It's one of the main missiles that the Americans have that is actually like fast. So there we go. And it tried to intercept the missile at the last second, which is really cool. But it could. All right, great. Now I want to know. Um, don't tell me that it, bruh. Did they really switch my controls again, bruh? Okay, okay. They had to make sure. So we got no wait. What is this? They got some stuff going on, man. I hope they didn't mess up my controls. So we got search MTI, which is the ground target indicator or ground moving target indicator, I believe. TWS, and then you have the TWSC, which is again, I don't know why they didn't add this before. Search PD, TWS. So I'm just gonna. This is not the right radar that we need to be using because they're not moving. But I just captured something. And this is where I wish I could actually see. This is where I wish I could actually see where I'm targeting because it doesn't show me. Let me try to switch my target or my site. Oh, we got something here. When I go to standard, I'm picking it up now. So these targets right here, I'm looking at are not emitting any like radiation. So I can't target this or them, and I can't target this guy either because they don't have a radar. So if these targets were moving, I feel like I could target with that. So I feel like this will work in a convoy. So in a convoy and simulator, which we're gonna test, I feel like it will work then. But now we gotta try to figure out the new controls. So let's actually see if it's in here. So we got switch radar, IST, switch radar, change radar, IST mode. Select radar, IST lock. Ah, this it? There we go. So here it is right here. I think I will have to get some keybinds, but for right now, I'm not gonna set any keybinds up for it. But this is what we need right here. Um, I guess the SML is small, medium, large. I guess is what I'm assuming. So let's see what we got. So I go to this. Let me disable my site here. Yep. So it's locking them now. I don't think I have a lock on them. So it's gonna disable the lock. Is it that? Uh-oh, they can get him. Yep, I'm taking AAA now. Interesting. So I'm thinking this is not. It's not really the way I'm thinking it was gonna be. I lost him. Where the hell did he go? Is he right here? No, that's not him. Where is he? Oh, whatever. I don't think he can shoot me now. But I'm getting close to that ADATS, I can tell you that much. Yep, that's the ADATS right there. So we're gonna try to target that ADATS. So I can't turn the ACM on, or not the ACM, the ECM on. I can't turn it on with my keybind. I have to go here and go here, which is not difficult, and it's I actually kind of prefer it, kind of like that, rather than just going straight to it, because you don't really always need this, you know. But you kind of needed to know like what you're shooting at and where he is before you actually shoot him. So here's the ADATS right here. Now it's letting me know the ADATS is in front of me here, which I like that. Now I can just point my nose, launch, get off the X. Only thing about that is it doesn't give me a designated point of interest, or doesn't really show me where he's at now. Kind of have to just remember. Oh, and he intercepted it. So I'm gonna have to actually mark him now. I'm actually gonna I have to find him. Is that him right there? Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm gonna remove that right quick, and we're gonna try to turn back in and find this guy. That's him. All right, he's turning. There he goes. I'm gonna launch now. He shot. I don't know how he intercepted that. All right, we're gonna give him two next time. Got him. Got him. So now I'm curious about how this ECM, if it does it pick up if like a aircraft is looking at you, does it pick that up? Another thing I need to look at is, do we have any new MFDs? That looks kind of updated. It's not new, but it looks updated. I got the RWR. It's my favorite part of this F-18. Yeah, nothing really new uh, for the MFDs, but yeah, that's fun. It's fun. That's a good time. Um, honestly, honestly, now what I'm thinking is I already have like on this. I already have like what, like 3 or 4 loadouts for harms on this thing. So now I'm thinking we need to make another loadout or a couple of different loadouts, but with other weapons. So let's make sure I have a. So I might have to delete like this cache loadout right here, but I need to make sure I have. I don't have it. I do. I do have it. Yeah, I have this right here. So okay, we got that. But I need to make sure, like, okay, let's see, like low altitude, extended range, HVT strike. So high value target strike. So that's not really like, I don't really need harms for that. Like, hopefully on that type of thing, I would either I'm either staying low to avoid it completely, or I'm staying low to just make sure I don't get hit by anything like man pads, and just make sure I stay out of contact from radars and whatever. But as far as like close air support, or as far as like just clearing out an objective that has Sam's over there, oof. I would probably just say like this one. I need to change this one, but maybe I changed this one. Let's change this. No, you know what? No. Let's actually start from the ground up here, and because we can do Mavericks. We can do. We could do harpoons. If we do harpoons, I mean, hmm, I don't know. Either way, we need to, because I'm about to play some sim, but we need to figure out how to implement the harms with the other um weapons, especially the new one. But we're gonna play some sim. I'm gonna play maybe a couple minutes, I guess. I'm not gonna play a full game of the 18. We're gonna do that. We might get into the 15 because I have not played the 15 in a while. Maybe the 14. We possibly can get into the 14. We possibly can play the 14. Um, what else? We can do that. Oh yeah, we do have to set up our SU-39. Then we gotta do our JF-17. So let's do America last, and then we'll come back to the 14, 15, and the 18. But let's do, and we're doing all this in sim because I want to see how this performs in sim, and I also want to see if there's any improvements in sim. So let's start off with the JF-17, but um let's get together our loadouts for this real quick. So our middle pylon, we gotta have the radar pod, not the targeting pod, because that's something a little different. It's like for nighttime. And this is the confusing part, because I'm thinking let's just take the outer ones because we can take two. So I'm thinking let's just take the K825 MPU and see how good that is. Take that. Actually take a lot actually because we can take these right here. Definitely taking the R73s. Yep. And then I'm thinking let's take anti-ship missiles because why not? Let's take the anti-ships and then let's save that. And then let's do another one with the radar pod. Let's do let's do I don't know. You see, it's got to be between the B. Actually, no, we can take the B, and we can take a C. And then we can take the MPU. See how that works? So we got a little bit of everything here. Um, then we can obviously take. Well, no, we can't. We obviously cannot take it. But that's literally seed. So we'll name that seed. I mean, I don't really see myself doing too much seed in the SU-39 anyway, but I guess they're cool missiles. So, all right, let's get one more in. Let's do that. And then we can do hmm, I'm gonna do one more after this, like a ground strike one. And let's do this. And this is my idea for the ground strike one. So I was thinking, yes, we want the anti-ship. We also want, well, no, we can't have that because we can have the ML. So okay. We can have the ML S25. Let's do the S25 and then the Vickers. And then we can do NPU. And that's it. So we got four. I feel like I built like seven of them. We got four different ones we can play around with. So let's go to the JF17. We're not going to be able to really utilize any of them. But I forgot a feeling the JF is going to be a monster now. Because it's like, it's, that multi-role jet that everybody hates. And I just so happen to love. I don't have the stuff for it yet, though. It's just all right. It's fine. It's all right. But I'm wondering though, bro. Like, are those? They're probably not going to be as good, obviously. But I was just wondering, like, they can easily just turn off their radar, but most players don't. But if I'm using that, like, would it like perform the same? And like, would they get the notification that it's coming in? Like, would they get the RWR? Like, hey, you got a missile coming to you, man. Boop boop boop. I wonder, bro. I wonder. All right, so let's jump into a game, shall we? Shall we? I'm just really interested in how these things are gonna work, dog. 62 miles, 37 miles. Interesting. Mach 5. These go Mach 4, so they're slower. DHL-1. DHL-1, this is 12 kilograms. So that's a heavier missile. 38G maximum overload. These don't really have an overload, do they? They do not. Wait, no. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, these are heavier. Wow. So these, bro, the lock range. Okay, obviously the launch range is gonna be a little bit different, but the lock range is insane. So if that radar, so okay, if you're using this and their radar is on at 62 miles, you can lock them up. But I don't know if they will get the RWR if you shoot. If they don't get the RWR and they're just flying, well, granted, your missile probably won't get to 60 miles in 80 seconds. I don't think. Maybe. I don't think so. Probably not. Probably not. No, I don't think so. But especially if it's going slower than Mach 5. Cause this is Mach 4. This is going Mach 5, I guess, cause it's lighter. This is interesting. I honestly want to see how these mechanics play out. To be honest, honestly, let's just jump into a game. There's no only one way to find out, and see for ourselves. But if I had to guess, guidance is going to be guidance, and they're not going to allow something like that to happen because it's not possible in their realm. But in reality, it's probably very possible for something like that to happen. You get smacked by a like full on redesigned uh 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 air to air missile that's turned into an anti radiation missile. I'm pretty sure the chances of you getting hit by that thing, you know, air to air combat is high, but it's just very low that or it's just the chances of it happening are very low because it's not what it's used for. But this is War Thunder, so people are ultimately going to use it for that in some capacity. So it should be able to work like that. But War Thunder is going to be War Thunder. Like it's not possible because they don't. We don't. There's no proof of it happening and da da da. Yeah. Take all the fun out, suck all the fun out, and all the uniqueness and all of that. Like it's got to be a reason why they did something like that, other than because it cost. Especially if they literally actually use a fully built anti-radiation missile from scratch. It has to be a reason why they did that, like, especially with the R-27 Russia made. They made a redesigned R-27, literally a hypersonic missile that was made for Seed, and the R-27 is literally a what am I thinking about, a air to air missile. Pretty sure they use it for that, bro. Pretty sure they use it for that, or they can use it for that. We gotta grind. Honestly, it shouldn't take too long. But if I'm going to be in and out of games, it's probably going to take a little longer because I'm not in and out of games. So they did mess up my loadouts because in my BVR right here I usually have four, so I might have to back out and redo it. But yeah, I'm just gonna back out. This game is almost over anyway, so I'm gonna have to redo that. Redo my some of my. It's like every update they mess something up, bro. Like, they can't just get something right for once, bro. That everybody in the community actually agrees on. There has to be something like messed up, either with the settings, with the game, with some vehicle. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, and I even have my Fire Snake loadout somewhere, right? Right here. Yeah, that's my BVR loadout. Yeah, they messed up my whole thing, bro. This is my laser CCRP. Look, oh my gosh, what are y'all doing in there, man? Wow, bro, that is like amazing that they can do something like that. It's like, hey, everybody, we're gaijin. Pay for our premiums, please, so we can eat, so we can survive this harsh winter. Pay for our premiums. Like, dog, but dog, what do you mean? join this one. And let's see. For one, I want to see if there's any differences in the MFDs, but I want to see if there's any differences in sim itself, like the game. And then another thing we gotta set up the man in the loop, and then we gotta set up the targeting for we'll do that when we play the F-15, but we gotta set up the targeting for like multiple targets and all of that. 'Cause I think what we can do is we can do no this just moves it, so I can move it with this and so yeah I'm gonna have to look at it and see how to set it up. So um yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna mute my mic and play a few rounds of this. If I die too much, I'm gonna leave and move on to the next. We're probably gonna play the SU-33 after this. I'm not gonna play too much of that because it's a premium and I'm not grinding Russia. So if I die like one or two times in the SU-33, I'm probably just gonna swap back and go to America. So and we'll play in America. We'll play the um uh, let's start with the F-18, and then we'll move on from the F-18 to um, whatever other the F-14. Then we go from the F-14 to the F-15, and then that's whenever I'll unmute my mic and talk about the settings and all of that. So there we go. Okay, so right now I got a lock. Ah, this is weird. I hope I hope they don't keep. Well, maybe they should keep it, but that's a friendly, and I didn't used to have the bars around the friendly, the brackets. So I'm gonna have to be extra careful now because I got to figure out if that's actual like intentional, if that's an intentional change or not for the friendly. Because now I can actually lock up the friendly with TWS, and it didn't used to it didn't allow that at all. But here we go. We're gonna try to get this F-18 here. And it looks like he got some kind of I think that's a Fox 1 he's shooting. All right, we got the merge. Want to switch to Fox 2s now. All right, that's a Fox 2 for him. And I forgot to turn off my maw. All right, forgot to turn off my maw. Yep, I forgot to turn off my maw, and so all of my flares and chaff were gone because of my maw. So actually, a lot of people don't know this, but maw is actually bad because it literally goes off for like anything. Like if unless there's like a bug, if there's a bug, which is probably still in the game, which if your if your friendly SPA8 the airfield, if they shoot at you, your maul would go off, or I mean, really any missile it'll start doing that. But it's just kind of weird because it's just so sensitive, and it doesn't really interpret when to do it right and all that kind of thing. So it's just like, because you would think like, hey, like I want my maul to go off if there's something on my RWR that I don't see. You know what I mean? Like or like that mall is supposed to be there for if obviously if you don't have a Wizzo or Rio whatever. But it's just bro, it's just kind of a problem, especially it's not much of a problem if you don't have BOL, but it's definitely a problem if you only have this many countermeasures in total. It's not a lot of countermeasures, so it's just kind of ridiculous that this thing gets mauled. Doesn't really need it, to be honest. So every time I spawn in, I gotta turn it off, and I can't spawn in anywhere else but the back of the airfield in the airfield in the back. So that was low key my fault because I didn't turn off my maul, but at the same time, it's the game's fault because it's stupid. So, let's go ahead and turn that off. It's in weapons, and then you go to countermeasures, and then you go to this, and then it turns it off. And now, whenever I need it, I have it. Make sure I'm in dampening. And let's try to get another sortie in and land. And once I do that and land, and then once I'm back up in the air, if I die that time, I'll just leave. Because I'm not gonna, I'll grind this in my free time. I'm not going to sit up here and start grinding this thing entirely, the whole stream, trying to get to other things. So Here we go. right, I'm done. I'm gonna give up on that. I keep crashing for some reason, and yeah, I'm just done. It's almost, I don't know if it's the flight model that they changed, or maybe I'm just doing something that I didn't used to do or something. I don't know, but I'm crashing, and that's like the third, fourth time I done crashed in a row, so I'm done with that. Gonna move on. Something different. We'll come back to the JF another day. It's not my time for the JF right now. And this is at 11-7, so we need to get to, oh, we're at the top of our bracket. So we got Denmark. Let's go to this one. And we're gonna have to do the anti-ship stuff for this. And these are some, like I said, these are the fast anti-ship missiles. So let's see how they work. And let's see, we might just take this one out, and then we'll just do these another day. Because this is just ground ordnance with the anti-ship, so it's pretty much the same. And then these two, this is kind of like, a mix. So I have a fast one, and then, or no, I have the, like, yeah. So I have the really fast one right here for Mach 4.5 right here, and then I have the shorter one right here. But they're two different bands. So, but it's good because um I can have two different kinds. Um, and then where is it? This one. This one is the FGH, and this one is just the DE. So I guess the red one is the best one because it carries the most bands. So I guess we need to swap this one to the red ones. Honestly, we might do that. Do both of these the red ones right here. So we might just take So I want to try this one at another time, but we're gonna just do this one right here, and then this one right here is just pretty much just covers it all. Like I have DE band here, FJ or FGH, and then I have just the MPU for. I thought the MPU was just. Oh, okay, yeah. So I have the MPU for most bands here. Then I have the FGH. Then I have the DEs, but the DE right here too. So this one, it's a good like multi-role seed one. I like this loadout. Like I made it, and this one right here is like this one. I'm probably just gonna make another one just like this one, but just with the red ones, and obviously with the KH-25 as well. But we're just gonna rock this one and see how we do. And let's see if we can. I want to see if we can take out some carrier or some yeah, the carrier too, but probably not today. But I want to see if we can take out some small targets here. And then let's see if we can spawn in a different airfield. I don't know why it's not letting me spawn. So I guess we gotta select it now. Let's see how these work. So I'm gonna start out with the KH-31s. And oh, you know what? Wait, no, I think we do got it. I think we do got it. We just don't have the ECM for it. No, we do. We should have something. So we're gonna pop the radar on once we're airborne. See what we got. All right, let's just mark a steer point, and see if we can turn this on now. Okay, so yeah, there. Okay, I see what it is. So there's our ECM or ESM, I mean. And so we need to I wonder if that has IFF. Probably not. So now we just need to go here, here, and there's that, and then we can change GMTI. So we have the GMTI from the whenever this thing came out. That's all we have. So I guess this is supposed to detect the ships. Interesting. So I wonder if you could use these 31s on moving targets, but there's no. Hmm. That's very interesting. Like there's a lot of testing that has to be that we have to do for this. Apparently, you got something out in front of us, but we don't see it on the radar. Maybe maybe our missile just sees it. Nah, I don't know. I think it's the radar. Let me see if I can shoot at it with the I don't think so. It's flying. Something flying. Yeah, man, this thing is so hard to fly. Like you have to put it in automatic leveling. Can't keep it in dampening, and even in automatic leveling, you can see it's still trying to go up. So let's see if we can find something. I don't think we have thermals here. No, we don't. So yeah, we got something out here, which is probably the carrier, and that's out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get him locked up. Actually, I don't want to target the carrier right now, though. I want to get like a regular ship. He should have like escorts, but Sim isn't improved at all this update. And of course, I'm in the clouds now. Guess we're gonna have to go for their carrier. Finally got him locked up here. I don't know what I shot, but I'm assuming it's the carrier. I'm just gonna lock him up just in case. And I think it was the carrier. Maybe. I don't know. And okay. And so we're gonna got hits. Some things were fast. We got hits, so we're gonna go ahead and turn around. Don't need this anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around. And we're gonna see if we can target this battle here. Let's see what we got here. And it looks like our targets are going to be right in front of us. They're not. Our friendlies are behind this right here. So yeah, I can see them. So we got a good mark. Let's get a little closer because I can't really see what's going on there. And here's the ships right here in front of me. get a little lower. I can't see this cloud is annoying. All right, and let's see what we. What? I literally put down the. Is that my flop? No, that was my wing, wasn't it? Yep. I don't even understand, bro. Like what? So I'm assuming. Can I change the rocket? I need rock. I think it's rockets. Is what I need. So I'm assuming they should though. These are the these are the 25. So they should track most targets. Oh, the hell was that? It's an F-16 here. Oh, that's a I'm going down anyway. That's a F-104. He sucks though. I don't know if that was a bot or not, but whoever that was they definitely missed their shot. I ain't gonna lie. I do that too. I do that sometimes as well. I there's definitely some AA there, but I don't think they are. Um, I don't think I can actually target. So I'm gonna try this one more time. I'm gonna spawn in and try to go for these ships at the. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for these ships over somewhere over here. I think they're right here, maybe I don't know somewhere. And then we're gonna do some seed at try to find their base or their airfield. And we're gonna do some seed over there. See if I can see that ship anywhere. There he is. He's at A. Now I want to see if I can target him. I don't think so. So we're gonna just get a little closer. We're gonna switch to our 31s. See if we can get a little closer here. Get a little closer. Let's see if we can turn on this radar. There's nothing moving down there, so I can't really see them with the radar. You can target them now. Maybe not. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go for the carrier again. It's like this game is so stupid, man. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna have to go find that airfield. Oh, so you can see this that on the interesting. Gonna launch a few of those. So you can actually see that pop up on the HUD. That's actually really cool. I don't know how realistic that is, or like maybe that's just for the game, like in-game purposes, maybe. I'm sure this is within range of this. So, all right, let's go find that carrier. Hopefully, we take out one of those Sam's over there. There's the carrier. All right, let's turn on the radar. All right, and I should probably be saying Magnum and rifle and all that, and I think it's dang man, I always forget the anti-ship brevity code for launching the anti-ship missile. But it's something easy. I've said it before in a couple other videos or live streams and stuff, but I don't remember it right now. But Magnum is anti-radiation, just like Fox 2, Fox 1, Fox 3, rifle, da 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 da. So we got some pretty decent hits on that run, I guess. Nothing like devastating or anything, but they're all right. And I'm just gonna jump in here, over here at this point right here, and see who's all in this point. Dang man, this thing is really hard to fly. Oh, whoa, holy moly. There's a MiG-21 somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm definitely not scared of him. Oh, is this him right here? This is him right here, I believe. Oh man, if I can not G-lock like that, that would be great. And I lost him. God, I think I see him. I think that's him. Like, is he just not gonna dogfight me? Like, what? Just literally merge with me. You're just not gonna dogfight me? Man, I'm out of missiles, but I guess I would try to dogfight this guy with guns. Oh God. And this guy's just gonna run away too. Bro, these guys suck, bro. Like, why do people do this? Like, you just suck all the fun out of like playing fighter jets, my guy. You're in a whole fighter jet and you're scared of a 39, bro? Really? Oh my gosh, this thing is so hard to fly, bro. Alright, looks like he's taking a little bit of vertical. This is not good for me. I think this is the 104, maybe? Yeah, this is the 104. He knows what he's doing. He's taking vertical. And I need to pull past this cloud here. And I'm just going to assume he's going to be somewhere on my 6 right now. And I'm just going to try to prolong my, stay in lag pursuit and try to prolong my stall as long as I can. I'm not really stalling, but I'm just trying to keep my nose up as long as possible. That way he loses me and thinks that I lost him, which I did. But I can probably regain contact faster than he can. He's moving faster. I'm in a little bit of a slower jet, so I can kind of gauge where things are a little quicker. And I think that's him right there. Not too sure. And I gotta make sure that my 6 is clear before I actually commit to this guy. I don't think I'm getting second thoughts on this guy right here. There's another guy back there. I'm gonna try this guy. And at the same time I try this guy, I'm gonna also keep looking at my 6 o'clock. Jeez, man, it's just so easy to just G-lock this thing, man. I can't even control it. Engine overheated. I done lost him. I don't even know where this guy went now. Yeah, he's behind me and I can't do anything but pull. And I just keep G-locking. And I'm just gonna try to take him into the 2 circle. And there he is. I'm just gonna assume that this is him because this is the closest guy to me, and he's high, and I can see him burning right now, trying to get away from me. It looks like, or maybe that's him. I don't know. I don't know, man. This is getting confusing now. We got 2 guys here. Those are my boats, I think. You know? I got eyes on something. I'm just gonna RTB here before I freaking lose my mind trying to fly this thing. It should not be this difficult, I swear, bro. Oh my gosh. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I was about to say, dude. I was about to say, man, we had us a freaking winner chicken dinner right there. Yeah, I'm done playing that. Gosh, bro, that thing is so trash now. I don't know what they did this update, but it did not used to do that. If they made it more realistic, they made it more realistic. I'm not complaining about that. I'm complaining about my trial and error through it. So we're gonna move on to the 15 and not have fun in that either. All right, so now this is where we gotta set up that. Um, see, like every update they do this. Like, can you just not mess with my stuff? Is that so hard to do? Okay, controls. So, from what I've seen, the way they do it is, this is the man in the loop, I think. So if this is the man in the loop, and change air radar control mode. I think that's the ESM, I think. And then this is activate point of interest. But the way I can do that is on the map, I think. Oh no, at aiming point. Okay, so the way I've had it set up before, link weapon to aiming point. Ooh, so this is a dang, my voice is going out. This is going to um dang dude. Activate point of interest. So this right here, I believe, is I can set multiple steer points, meaning I can set multiple waypoints. Like if I wanted to base bomb and I wanted to bomb one base in one sector and another base in another sector, and then I wanted to like put another point of interest to the airfield that I wanted to land at, I could do 3 points of interest. I think this is what this is. If it's not talking about um like just your standard like one spot. You can just place one spot on the map type of thing. Because that is, I think, before this update was called something different, but it was the same thing as site stabilization. Because if you use the site stabilization, you can still put that red box wherever, because you're just putting your targeting pod and centering it on that one location. But I don't know. This is obviously not the same as this. So I can, but this is how you select the aim point. If you wanted to just do, like, say for instance, if you want to do one base, and another base, you could add those as points of interest, I think, and then you could, without having to like recenter the controls or recenter the targeting pod, you can do one base and then hit this button and to go to the next point of interest, and then pickle all your bombs, go to the next point of interest and pickle your bombs there, and then that's how you do this for the select aiming point, I think. So then you have add aiming point, which is not the same as point of interest, but only one of these will show up on the map, which I think is this. Well, no, no, I'm sure. No, I'm sure this will show up on the map too. So yeah, this is gonna take some other controls, but I'm pretty sure I can set up the aiming point right now, because this is how you control on the map. And I think the point of interest you can actually do outside of the map. I think. I think. I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna do this right here. Add aiming point. Add aiming point. And so I think the way that's gonna work is, back out right quick. Like if I go, if I do this right here, that's L2. So I press L2 for that. So I don't know where that's at anywhere. I think that's maybe in common, maybe. So if I press add aiming point, I just want to do L2. Ooh, I might have to redo this. So let's just do short press for now. No, 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 no. Let's just do short press for now and then apply. Fire weapons. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's just add that, and let's see what that gets us. So I can add a point. Like if I want to go here, no, that's not how we doing that. So let's try to redo that, and we'll just do a long press because I'm trying to keep it kind of simple. Long press. I'm glad they added this. And let's see if that works now. So we got, okay, let's try to deactivate point. See, that's a point of interest. Okay, I got it now. So what that is, that red box is a point of interest, and that's kind of obvious. So I can't do L2. But what I can do is, if I can override it, I guess we can try to um, activate point of interest. And that would be, because I already have it. I already have it. So Would it be at the long press? Let's apply that maybe, and then if this don't work, we're probably gonna have to figure out something else. But it has to be whatever this is. I feel like it's gonna have to be a more general type of thing, and it's gonna have to be in the map, and that's gonna make it more general. Cause I don't. So I think yeah. So it's gonna have to be circle. That's not even working either. So it's gonna have to be circle. Wait, let's just do that. So long press. This is after long press though. Apply, and then we're gonna. I know we wait. No, yeah, okay. So we're gonna assign another button to it, and then it's gonna be L2 after long press. Apply that. Nah. Okay. So, trying to think of a button I can use. Let's try. Uh, maybe it's doing that. Nah, leave it at the long press. Apply, and then let's try to do down after short press. I don't know how well that's gonna work. That is deactivate that. Down. No, it doesn't work. So that's making me think something else is in the way. Okay, so let's try to do it together. So that'll be that. Let's just do short press. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my map controls. I think I know how to fix that, and that would be basic tactical map. Hold for tactical map. Let's go no for right now. So now we got this, right? But we don't need the point of interest right now. So I can just back out of that like that. Okay, I remember how to do that. So now let's go with, because now that frees up some buttons, kind of. At aiming point down on D-pad, short press. So now I can go here. It still doesn't work. Because I don't really like the way. I would rather, honestly, I'd rather it be R3, to be honest. That feels more natural, I guess, for this type of thing. Where is it? Right here. Um, but anyway, we have to figure out this, and then after we figure that out, then we can do Link point of interest to aiming point. Okay, so wait. Maybe we do need to. Okay, if we put the point of interest on the map, and then we put, and then we press link, and then we press this keybind, then maybe we can add an aiming point, maybe. But even if that, we would have to do this right here. Because then, like, say for instance, if I have GB 30, if I have GB 39s, and then like Mavericks or something or whatever, some kind of long range thing, I would have to select which one I want for that aiming point, unless it's already like automatically like if I select to the weapon, whatever. And then I would need a keybind for this, the salvo launch to aiming point. So if I have different ones selected, like if I have the Stormbreakers, and if I have like, if I'm like trying to hit a convoy or something, which, yeah, if I'm trying to hit like a convoy or something, and maybe it probably doesn't track them at the same time. Maybe it's just that, I don't know. But if there's several targets and I have them on my aiming points, I can do them. I can launch at the same time with this. So I would need to keep on for this, possibly this, and this. But I technically already have a keybind for this and on the map. And I don't want this because the select next aiming point is just pretty much you're just like, okay, if you want to just go by one, like if you pretty much have like, okay, you have like, if you have steer points. So if I have two steer or three steer points, two of them are going to a enemy base, and one of them, the other one is going to my base, my airfield. I can literally be like, okay, this is steer point one, this is steer point two, this is steer point three. I want to hit steer point one and two, so I'm gonna hit steer point one first, and then I'm gonna hit steer point two, so I can switch. I can select my aiming point. I can switch from one to two by hitting this button, and I don't really need that. I do. It would be nice to have it, but I don't. I'm kind of limited on the keybinds I have set up right now. So I don't really know. I'm kind of in a pickle because I don't. For one, I don't know how to set the aiming points up. I'm gonna have to watch a video. So I don't know. I'm not gonna do the 15 right now just because of that. I'm thinking I was gonna do like some GVU 39 type stuff, but that's gonna have to be another day, possibly a video or something. I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I'm just gonna go to the 14, and honestly, I might just call it for that because the 14 is pretty much what it's the BR. I kind of wanted to see how it performed now, even though it's technically nothing's changed. So we just join this one and die and call it. Cause they definitely have a couple bugs to work out for this update, but it's nothing really major. It's a few little nuanced things that they can. And I'm back in 14 though, right? Of course I am. I, I'm probably not gonna play the 14, man. I'm kind of tired now, so I'm gonna call it. Probably stream another time, but yeah, glad I did it anyway. Got it over with.